Uh, each player draws. If you don't, opponent draw. All right, that works. There's like 10,000 blue-white flash commanders already that are better. Just play Aang. Ooh, excuse me. Whenever this dies, each player draws. I feel like these are not it. Funny though. What do you do? It isn't that player's turn. Opponent draws a card. I don't think this is triggering. Smothering Tithe. I didn't know Wedding Ring was in the game. This doesn't work, right? Whenever during their turn, you draw. So Wedding Ring does work. Like we both have one. Goes on my opponent's turn, they draw. I draw. On my turn, I draw. They have one, they draw. And then I draw again from my commander. It works. I don't think I'm about to burn a mythic on it, but it does work. I thought we had more than that. I got hit by Path to Exile the other day. And then I won. It was great. Turning a creature into an unkillable Llanowar Elf is sometimes not a good idea. Wait, no, I don't want Brainstorm. This, I keep forgetting this doesn't fly. Yeah, it doesn't fly. The prepared white one? Hmm. Could probably play this in ranked. It wouldn't be so bad, honestly. Though I have been enjoying the lack of force of will. Kind of nice. You and target opponent each draw 3, to which I then draw 4. I don't know if I like this. I feel like that's a lot of cards. They don't have a steady control of the flow. And then I have to do it at sorcery speed and then like pass. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a lot. You're giving your opponent an ancestral recall is a little crazy. I don't actually like this because you can't prepare it again. I think you can prepare the blue one again. Yeah, you can't prepare this one again. Maybe that would be too good. Yeah, that'd probably be too good. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play the 3-minute draw 3 each. Standstill? Is that a real thing? Oh, it's a mythic. Why is it a mythic? Let's see, cast a spell, sacrifice it, draw 3. I mean, it kind of is, right? Maybe not in the normal sense, but if you just have something in play and then you cast Standstill, your opponent has to break it because they'll die to a 3/2, so like technically. But I don't think it stands out as a notable thing. I'd probably play this as an instant. Stonebrain can get rid of a card in my opponent's hand. And I draw. If you have the city's blessing, only you draw. So it goes from I draw, and then we both draw, and then I draw, and then we both, to just me drawing. That's interesting. I don't know if I'm ever getting the city's blessing though, but what are the boring degenerate tempo creatures? Like a Thalia, maybe? I don't know if I want to go down that route. Kind of get my own way, actually, with all these weird cards. What's is it called? Fractured Identity? I don't know if I own that. pretty sure it's in the game. That's the house meld that works still? Yeah, it's a mythic. Oh, I didn't know it said each player other than his control. I didn't know that. I've only seen this cast in 1v1 games. I did not know that. Either way, it's like the house meld, but functional. Could just play Teferi, because it just goes into every blue-white deck ever. And if it doesn't, you're wrong. What about you? You smack your opponent, and then you get an anticipate. Is that exciting? Kind of, but it costs 5. I do see this played in decks, kind of. Imprisoned in the Moon? Yeah, that one's fine. There's 2 Imprisoned in the Moons, right? One of them might actually just be straight up better than that. What's it called? Maybe not like straight up better, but is it this one? Artifact, Creature, Planeswalker? I think this is just the better Imprisoned in the Moon. But Imprisoned in the Moon can hit anything, right? I can't remember. It's been so. Last time I saw it played was like some random Ashiok deck 10 years ago. Played it against me. It costs 3. Oh yeah, Control Magic. Yes. Yeah, there it is. Each creature, land, enchant creature, land, or planeswalker. Yeah, I think Planar Disruption's just better. Isn't this a rare? I thought it was a rare. Oh. I think it was a rare. I don't know. Counters when your opponent does anything? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. My opponent having to cast that many creatures or that many spells for it to become a sizable problem seems like a lot. Even with both of us ideally not running out of cards, which is a bit nightmarish for me, it feels. Nightmarish. It says when a player draws their second, so it can be you as well. So like Brainstorm works, which I don't think I have Brainstorm in here. All the cantrips in general work. Even these work, because like you poke your opponent, you draw, you drew the second time turn, you draw again. That might just be the way to do it, because symmetrical draw effects are not very good. So maybe that's just how it's supposed to be done. Was it Ponder, Preordain, Opt? They all just draw 2. Like, they all draw 2, right? Peak. Wait, where's Ponder? Oh, there it is. Cast the backside? Because you draw cards on the backside as well. That's why. Draw 2, I think, because it got double strike. And it can't die. Sleight of hand does not draw. You can also flash it in on the backside as well. I don't really like the tempo hate bear stuff. Like Spell Queller. Unfortunately, my commander doesn't fly. You, in my head, you think it flies because there's Fairy Mastermind, which is just your commander but 2 mana. But it doesn't fly, which is really, really annoying. Oh yeah, Malcolm, Ledger Shredder. Whatever that Swapperoni and cheese thing is. The Drake. Yeah, Volatile Drake. You can do this to yourself, and does this draw? It does draw, so Vendilion Click would trigger, but I'd have to cast it on my own turn. Oh, no, I could target my opponent. I could target my opponent, and that would also draw. Katara? Yeah, you could put Katara in here. No. I think there's enough instants. And if there isn't, there might just need to be more. Cycling Shark Typhoon works. But that's something you, again, just kind of do on your opponent's turn, so it kind of like doesn't work. I'm a fan of Geist of St. Draft. You can't stop me. Well, with enough money, you can stop me, but I doubt that's going to happen. I don't like Wan Shi Tong, and I still don't like it, but I guess it triggers when you do stuff sometimes. Twiggles. Ooh, I got Mox Amber, okay. I'm not a big fan of the unblockable auras. Been over that a few times. Same logic with Katara. Same logic with Yuriko. I don't really like the unblockable auras. I think I have the unblockable auras in Yuriko anyways, to be fair. There's also not many of them. I think there's like 3. Ooh, Chain of the Rocks. Oh, that's a 1 mana aura. Let's see how many others. Like Aqueous Form, Flight, and what does this do? Nothing. Fly. What does this do? Ah, this works. This works. You draw 1, and then you discard another. Oh, that works. What does this do? Eh. There's so many blue ones. Yeah, there's that one. So there's like 6-ish? 6-ish. That's pretty cool. Subtlety. Alright, nothing in white other than Curse, which doesn't trigger on my turn. Spreading Seas is... It technically draws 2 with my commander? When you flip it, they stay on? Yeah, they stay on. Transform is... Oh, excuse me. Whoa. Transform doesn't leave the battlefield. Oh, I almost died. Shot at the second sun. I kind of want to not play. Yeah. Trying to. I don't even know if I should play Dragon Lord or to tie. Oh. Post combat. Whatever. Why not? There's not. Now I'm scared to talk. I don't know what happened. It's like I inhaled 3 hairs at the same time. Oh, Lauren. Of course. Dictate of crew fix. Don't I already have that in here? Yeah, I do. Ooh, that was weird. Well, certainly not looking like a Solitude deck. But you know what? It probably, because your opponent and you draw so many cards, I think I could play Commandeer if I know how to spell it, which I clearly don't. Yeah, Commandeer and Subtlety. Probably not Solitude. It does not look like there's enough white cards in here, even though Solitude is exceedingly good. Oh, Subtlety's got banned, right? It just got banned. That's funny. I don't think I played it in the last... Well, obviously I didn't play in the last deck because it was banned, but I must have forgotten it was banned. Yeah, probably not Subtlety. Narset? Yeah, I could play Narset and just stop my opponent from drawing, which is arguably equally as good as both of us drawing, so... Yeah, we can play Narset. Alright, no Ojutai. I suppose no Teferi. I said no Solitude is probably still true. Emeritus is also whimsical. Oh, these low mana curve decks. Okay, I guess we'll start here. It's post July 4th. I am tired. Went too crazy again, as per usual. So I don't know how long I'm going to play today, but we're here with a new card. New commander, King T'Challa. It's flash. It does not have flying, even though it feels like one of those blue-white flash flying commander style things. It doesn't fly. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, you draw. So it's similar to Fairy Mastermind, except it's both players. So if you have your commander in play and you cast Ponder, you draw another card. That's pretty good. That's actually extremely good. You can trigger it from your opponent drawing off of stuff like Hollowed Mine, which I think is bad because you're giving your opponents cards. And yeah, you get cards too, but you just don't have to do that. You know, you could just only draw cards on your turn and not give your opponent any potential outs. Like you drew a bad card and your opponent didn't. Well, rip. So I think these kinds of effects will, if I play a lot, will be the first to go because I don't like them. all the symmetrical things. Lauren at least does something, I guess, but there's the prepared both players draw 3 Strixhaven card. I don't think that's a thing because sure, you draw 4 and they draw 3, but that doesn't seem very good. 3, it's a sorcery speed spell too, so you can't like end step it or something. You just tap 3, pass a turn, hope your opponent's ancestral recall that they didn't pay for is not as good as the 4 cards you can't really cast because you tapped 3 in your own turn. But if both players are trying to draw, Smothering Tithe will basically be Omniscience. So maybe that'll be a thing. Same with Esper Sentinel. If like your opponent is always with resources in hand, then they might always not pay for Esper Sentinel, and then it might do something. If it triggers on your turn with your commander out, you do draw 2, but your opponent's turn you only draw 1. So with all of this in mind, I think immediately Narset just becomes the best card in the deck, because while you can draw from your opponent's cards, I still think it's just better to deny them card draw at all, and then you don't draw, but who cares, because you're still probably going to draw more than them in the long run. But I'm talking as if I've already played it, and in my head I guess I already have, because I fully expect these things, well, not that one, but these to not be a good idea. We shall see. There's a bunch of evasive auras in here to try to hit somebody with this. Oh, the backside is kind of cool too. It's got flash. If you hit them, you draw 2 because it's got double strike. That's kind of neat. It doesn't die in combat, so you can consistently swing with it, and I guess also flash it in as a blocker suddenly. That was kind of neat. But yeah, so that's that. Market Gnome. Oh, I didn't finish the... You gain life and draw a card? Well, if it dies blocking on your opponent's turn or anything, you don't draw 2. It has to kind of die on your turn? When this creature is exiled from the battlefield while you're activating a craft... Yeah, alright, no, I think that just reads as it reads and doesn't really play well with the commander. But, yep, we'll see. We'll see. I think there's going to be a lot of changes to this deck. There's something in the back of my throat, and it's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. But I think the Hallowed Fountain... Why do I keep calling it Hallowed Fountain? Hallowed Mine effects are just not a good idea. I don't know if I've ever lost when someone has played Hallowed Mine against me. I feel like I've never lost when that's happened. And it's happened very little. Oh, okay. What's this do? There's 16 Captain Americas. You'll have to excuse me. Unattached equipment from it deals damage equal to that equipment's mana value. So it's like throwing the equipment and bouncing it around. And then, beginning of combat, it goes back on. Cool. I like it. Alright, turn 1 Esper Sentinel. I haven't done this in a long time. If only. Let's play... I can get a basic with this. I can't leave up Counterspell because I threw, but that's fine. What does my opponent have that's a spell? What is that? What's going on over there? I think they had a spell when Esper Sentinel was on the stack. It could be a Solitude? I know Pyrokinesis is a card now. Vendilion Click is a thing. Let's play our unfortunate tap land here. Oh, how I love tap lands. Okay. I can kill it with my thing. James, sacrifice it. Okay, I actually have to do that. Because otherwise I can't really interact with their commander. I can upkeep swords their commander. Feels a little meh. I like just straight up casting it. Wait, why do I even care about this? Why do I even... There's not even an equipment in play. What am I... So let's play that, and then pass... Yeah, my opponent has Solitude. I mean, what else could it be, right? I'm gonna say Solitude. I doubt it's Pyrokinesis. Cloud? Sure. I can Vendilion click the equipment or counter it, so... I don't really know what equipment you get. Probably the blue-red sword, which you can't cast. Nope, they get Conqueror's Flail. At the beginning of each combat permanent you control, as long as it's attached to equipment. Okay, well I have to counter that, because otherwise I can't cast the counter spell, so... Alright, playing a land. Hoping to draw something that matters. Currently don't have much that matters. I don't think I'm gonna make a move here. I'm just gonna try to end step this. I find this funny to be a problem. It was a Solitude, man. Ah, it sucks to be right. Belia, Jace Mind Sculptor, Pyrogroif. Alright, opponent's just never out of gas. Never gonna be out of gas this game, alright. Geist of Saint Traft. I don't have a board wipe in my deck, so I'm gonna concede. Yes? Yep. Be a nice spot for split up or something. It feels a little weird to have a bunch of counter spells in my deck. I mean, board wipes. I'm not gonna just play another game. I sort of lost to everything. I would have lost to a Pauper deck that game, I feel. Like, my opponent barely had to play the game and I lost. This is the 2 damage Quintarius. This is the old Quintarius. Let's get rid of the Disneyland card. I could just straight up win with this. And just do the dream, the thing I've wanted to do to somebody for a long time, but I couldn't because Geist is against LQ commanders. Take you. Brainstorm, well, that's part of the equation. And if it wasn't, it is now. Alright guys, this ain't Traft. Time to be the scam artist I know you to be. When you're evasive, at least. This is just a warped, yeah. I could play that card too. Wonder if they cast it for real next turn. About to say, do you have like reprieve or something? What was that? What does my opponent got over there? Killing an angel, please? Swords an angel? Oh. Path of Exile an angel? Let's do the short one. Want that. Alright, what do you got, opponent? How do you beat this? Surely it isn't just casting a random 3/2 angel. Because that would not bother me. It is casting that. I am willing to run into the face of a sweeper, which is fairly likely from this deck. Because I at least draw a card that way. Okay, I could draw more than one card. Wait, what's the next thing in the dungeon? 1/1 treasure token. So I'm gonna steal this, because if I don't, I can't swing. And I don't think I'm gonna play Curious Obsession. I don't think I'm gonna play it. I think I'm just gonna swing. And make my treasure token and have Brainstorm, which draws on my opponent's turn. All the same there. I mean, I guess I could have, because of the treasure token. I could have done it. Yeah, maybe it was right then. I hadn't really considered the treasure token. I think it's Sweeper or Bust. Of course, of course, of course. Oh, there it is. I can't do that, so... Now, there's no reason to stack the Brainstorm. Just, you get all the cards. So, Ledger Shredder into Curious Obsession, into getting rid of Arcane Flight, into playing a land. Alright, beautiful. I lost the Curious Obsession because I forgot how it works. At least I connived. But I don't read. Fury. Well, I can't do anything about that except this, which doesn't feel good. But I guess I'm going to cast it because I have to cast my spells. I draw a poop. Let's swing. Give up my commander. My commander doesn't die to Fury. So I still think there's some kind of 2-mana removal spell. They're just not casting it. Fury only kills one of these, but it does cost 2, so pretty easy to, you know, use that in a meaningful way here. I could also just activate Aang instead. I don't know if that's better. Hieroglyph. Okay. Yeah, alright, we'll activate it, just because if I don't, it will die, and, you know, a threat is a threat, so. Oh, look, it's a removal spell, wow. Oh, look, a totally dead and useless card. Nice. Well, I'm gonna play it. You got it. Yep. Does this have to go face? They can't swing at me. Okay, they do swing at me, which probably means there's an answer to my commander. Because of course there is. Yep. Also the other hyper-efficient red-white removal spell. Oh boy. Okay, you got it. Lightning Bolt, Swords of Plowshares, Fury. You got it. Stream Darktide? Different demographic. Oh my god. Oh, can't keep this. Yeah, all right. I think I haven't never even played one of them. I can already say I should not be playing them. They're just so unbelievably bad. They're so bad. This should not be in here. You're just asking to lose. Blood Artist. Wait, what does this do? When it becomes tapped, target creature dies, return. Okay. It's like never blocking that? I don't know. I honestly already feel like I've lost this game. But I can utter insignificance their commander? At some point in this game? Don't really understand the Blood Artist attack. Doesn't really make any sense at all, actually. Yeah, there you go. Very, very interesting there. Alright. I legitimately have no idea how I'm supposed to win this. I already feel like I'm at an insane disadvantage. It's already been turn 3. I guess I blocked the Razor now. I don't know if Esper Sentinel's ever triggering. Just block it. I don't know. I gotta stop losing all my life, so. Agent Venom. When it dies, you draw a card. Sweet. I can actually trigger my commander here. That's cool. We drew a card. We're back in it. That's all we had to do. We're back. Look at that. Look at that. Always had it. Alright, play this. Ledger Shredder. Draw. Discard. Draw. Daze is a card that may or may not have text on it. You threw your laptop out of the window? Jet Medallion. Well, they drew a land and Jet Medallion, so they're no longer in any peril of being mana screwed. Almost kind of surprised to see them attack with Sephiroth here. Although maybe... Yeah, no, Swing of the Sephiroth might be a little weird. Might be a little weird there. Do I block it? No, I don't think so. I could just kill the Agent Venom. It's not like I need my commander alive. What does this do? So it'll be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Let's get rid of that. They can still only kill one of them. They choose to kill my commander. Wow. I'm not doing that. But alright. They choose to kill my commander. And also got a treasure token. And even more mana. Man, it's almost like every card that costs more than 3 is bad. Let's play a land and swing? At an opponent at 30 with a Blood Artist? Nope. Don't think that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and play this on the Blood Artist. No, I think I should play it on the Agent Venom, actually. Yeah, I should. Opponent has yet another cheap spell. I should probably play Geist as well. No, we'll leave up this for at least one. I just wish my commander was in play now, but I mean, the Ledger Shredder is still just really good. Could have probably swung. I don't know. That's unbelievable. I have no idea what my opponent's hand was. They don't have any lands in their hand. I cannot wrap my head around why I would ever concede here. I feel like at no point was I winning, and I don't currently think I'm winning. I didn't even swing with this, and I probably should have swung with this. I don't know why they conceded here. No, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't swing, because we're trading damage, and they have a Blood Artist. Like it. I think I just have to block, man. And I think if they only swing with Sephiroth, maybe I don't, but like, I think I really got to block. It's just too much damage. I don't know why they conceded. I don't see myself in a winning position. I didn't feel good about any turn that game. Okay. I did not feel good about anything that game. Frogify is too strong, I guess. Alright, I'm taking out the cards I said that are bad, and they have been bad, even though I haven't played any because they're bad. So that. Dictate. I'll maybe keep in Lauren. I don't get the City's Blessing ever, really. I could probably get rid of Smothering Tithe as well. And we can keep it in for flavor. I mean, it's still there. Might matter. Maybe at least one sweeper, so like split up or something like that. Kind of split up. And I guess the One Ring could be fine. There's like no mana rocks in here. I don't think I'm going to play any. Let's see. What is this? You and that player each draw 2, so I guess that would trigger my commander. Just giving your opponent cards is so bad. It's so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. More counter spells. I don't care about like protection spells really. Like Mother of Runes doesn't seem like the right line. I mean, it's all right. Mother of Runes is this is weird. I don't know, it's weird. Skrelv Giver just seem a bit weird. I'm not super excited about those. Maybe I can try them though. Split up. Adeline is good? Maybe? I don't think we're that kind of deck at all. Oscillate Pride? Cloud Artifact Tutor stuff? I don't know about Philia. Probably not. There probably could be some kind of Stoneforge thing going on in here. Okay, we're taking out this shadow thing. We gotta actually play the game for real. Like that. Yeah, we can do an equipment thing. I think it would be just good enough. I can spell it. I can do it. Hold on. What's the other one? Forgenew? Is that it? Forgenew is when it enters return target equipment. No, it's not. What am I thinking of? Steel Shaper's Gift, yeah. It's a mythic. God. Oh my god, why? Why is it a mythic? Why? Why? Wizards. I thought... I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. This sword. I like the one that untaps land. This one, yep. The red green one's okay, I guess. Not super excited about it. This is just fine. I don't actually have to go like crazy with the equipment. Just take like the absolute best ones and move on. I could run Lion Sash as just like a graveyard out. Put it in there real quick. Not for now. Wait, what does this one do? This is the Journey to Nowhere, right? Yeah, nah, we'll just stick with the sweaty ones and go from there. Open the armory. Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh, it's not in the game? Oh, it's just not a rare. Yeah. Alright, so the 1 mana version is a mythic. Ugh. That is just so rude. So rude. I just want Smothering Tithe to work a single time. That's all I want. It's all I want for Christmas. You have a lot of time till then. Maybe not Archmage's Charm. Could probably shave another land. I do have an MDFC. Yeah, alright, let's try that. Nowhere to go but up. I actually have more than one MDFC, to be fair. Can you get Steel Shaper's Gift in a pack? I don't know. Oh, for some reason I thought this was Steel Shaper's Gift. I'm like, no way. No way. It's a mythic though. And actually an equipment. Is in a creature it wait, what? Attach it to a creature. If this equipment isn't a creature, it becomes one. Oh, so it's like a wait a minute, what? It's a Nettle Cyst? It's like a Nettle Cyst that also be that can be self-aware or go on. So that's kind of cool. I'm surprised it's a mythic relative to Nettle Cyst. Nettle Cyst just seems almost the same, and that is not a mythic. I can see it being a complete nightmare in a draft, though. Yeah, the flavor's cool. It's cool. It's like Living Weapon, but for Marvel. Fortnite. Fortnite weapon. Fortnite Living Weapon. I like that card. I mean, I like Nettle Cyst, so can't be upset with another one. Mystical Tutor. Library on the play. Alright, well, we're gonna make it work. This is the thing where I wish I had the cat thing. Lion Sash. I don't have Rest in Peace either or anything like that. And this deck also doesn't really draw cards. I can blow up Necromancy, I guess. Library is exceptionally good with my commander. I will say that. I'm glad that that was their turn. Draw now. Play land. We can play Esper Sentinel, even though my opponent's just going to play their commander. And then Esper Sentinel probably doesn't do anything and was better off in my hand the whole time, but, well, too late. I just have no answer to graveyards. Unfortunately. Oh, this isn't quite the graveyard one I thought. I was thinking of the 5-color one. Never mind. This isn't actually what I thought it was. Narset's... This is Menace? At the beginning of combat, Milty, the target is flying. When it deals combat damage to the player, you may pick... Alright, so... This... Pass... Library. My opponent has the same amount of cards as me, and I've had library going the whole time. Let it be known. Chupacabra. Okay, that just straight kills my thing. It doesn't kill... Well, I gotta read it. It might be opponents only. Yeah, it's opponents only. We like lands. This is a land kind of deck. Plays a land every turn style situation. I'm finally having more cards than my opponent. Huge. Can I play this and not be upset? Oh, no, that's not the tap land. Never mind. Yep, that's that. Let's go ahead and pass. Alright, now I have to find out how to win. Compelling situation to be in, I know. Lightning Greaves, go for it. You can give your thing Shroud. Let's do this and grab... Force of Negation? Open the Armory is kind of interesting. I could get Split Up and sweep these two things. I think because I have Library, I can grab Split Up. If it wasn't for Library, I probably wouldn't do this. But I can play this kind of game because I'm playing Library. So let's go ahead and do that now. Oh, I thought they were about to give it, like, protection or something. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Just let it die. And then play a land and pass. I have 6 cards. I can go down to 5 with this, but I don't think there's anything super exciting except an equipment to grab. To which I suppose I could equip it immediately. There's also Seagate Restoration. There's also Seagate Restoration, which I could just simply cast next turn, and then see what happens from there. Can I cast it right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we gotta play a land first. I mean, this is a very difficult thing to not do, so I'm gonna do it. I can blow this up and then lightning or Lorwyn that, and then mind control their commander. I would never move. I'm way too scared of Solitude. I'm never moving that equipment. Can't convince me. Selfless Spirit. Well, that doesn't work, opponent. What does that do? Okay, well, this is the price I pay for untapping. Or tapping on, I mean. Mother of Runes, just in time. No One Ring. So we lead with Blow Up Lightning Greaves. And then steal their commander? No, I gotta steal the Alesha. Because that's more of a problem here. And then just... What does this do? I guess I'm just passing. And then seeing what my opponent does before I cast my card. Priest of Fell Rites. There's just no card in my deck that I can draw that saves me. I don't have another board wipe. I don't think there's a thing for this card to have matter. I'm trying to think what I could possibly draw with this, and I don't think there's anything in my deck. So I'll just draw. Brainstorm, yes. Oh, I mean, they have Selfless Spirit anyways. It wouldn't matter. Yep, alright. Cast Split Up? Or cast our commander? I mean, did I have a window to cast it? It wouldn't have mattered, but I guess I could have if I missed a window to cast it. Wouldn't have done anything. Alright, well, so far this is abysmal. No surprise there. Let's take out the other layer of bad cards like Fly, Aqueous Form, Arcane Flight. Maybe Fly isn't the worst one. That thing. Yeah, we can run... I guess I'll try Lion Sash. If it was in my deck, I could have found it and not just lost to turn 0. This is another game, which actually every game we've played, I haven't felt like I've been a part of it, really. That was the game I had Library and drew me like 10 cards and didn't matter. Drew 14 cards that game. What if I just did play more board wipes? Because this deck isn't great. I'm just gonna do something. Alright, I suppose. Probably not an Armageddon deck. It doesn't feel like one. Oh, this Witch Enchanter. Do I like that? I mean, I can take out a Plains for Witch Enchanter at least. That's fine. Elspeth. Technically gives flying, kills things, makes tokens that maybe matter. Yeah, everything Elspeth does is kind of okay. That's the first time I think I've lost with Library in play. Turn 1. I don't even know if I would play the Hollowed Mine effects even if my commander had like Eminence and was active in the command zone. So if anyone drew more than one card I draw, I still don't think I would play them. Speaking of not playing things, this got no blue in it. This deck draws, right? It doesn't just reveal the top card. Yeah, it's draw. Blue, come on, buddy. There's more blue than there is white. Let's get rid of Seagate, I think. Let's get rid of Enlightened Tutor. Probably don't want to lose my lands, actually. Okay, that was a good draw, I suppose. I like to cast Consider after I, whatchamacallit. Ah, yes. The best card in your deck. Let's play this, pay 3. Let's get the blue... I don't know. My opponent had a reaction to that, so I don't know what that means. The blue-red one? Yeah, the blue-red one, definitely. They could be packed. I don't actually know what this plays. There's no solid... Daze? No, they would have dazed that, wouldn't they have? I don't know. What day of day is that? Maybe. Mockingbird? Okay. Sure. Well, that's literally the best Mockingbird can be, is a mana dork. I can only kill one of them, which is not appealing to me. Let's play this untapped and pass. Give myself options. But most likely going to just put it in the sword. But it's nice to have options. That was weird. It took them a while to find breeding pool. I don't know what that means. Yep. That's just in. Okay, there's nothing else. Let's go ahead and do the thing. And then pass, and then... Or untap, rather. Still kind of want to hold this. Yeah, I still want to hold that. So let's do this. And then they have to block with their Noble Hierarch. You have to block with Noble Hierarch, yep. And this leaves up Commandeer still. But that's it. And perfect answer for my equipment. Amazing. Amazing. Another green 1-drop? Oh, no. So, now what? I think there is a counterspell, like some kind of pact. I think Pact and Negation's in my opponent's hand, and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about that. But suppose there's no reason to tap this. I'll just like pay 2 to tap it. It doesn't seem like it's worth it. So I'm just gonna do this, and I hope I don't have to cast my thing there. Destroy all untapped creatures. Oh look, it's Pact and Negation. Great. So have nothing, doing nothing. Still holding on to Consider for my commander. Reflecting Pool, sure. Reflecting Pool. Kind of an interesting decision to stop board wipe if you don't have a follow-up. It's kind of interesting. Like, you can just sort of rebuild, I feel, because they didn't want to. Okay. This is a spot where I really wish my commander was in play. Probably been true for like 6 turns. But this might be the turn to do it. I can kill their commander and then they just play it again. That doesn't seem great. Human and pass. We got 2 humans, and they're both castable. I could play the 6-mana side of my commander and then start to swing and extremely slowly chip through a wall of problems. But that seems not great. Whenever you cast a creature spell, whenever you cast, so I can't like, alright, there's not much I can do. I could have like upkeep, stop their commander, I guess. Seemed great. What's this do? Should read this. Search a library for a squirrel card. Reveal it, put it in your hand. Let's... I can't do anything about that. I mean, they could just recast it. It's not like airbending does anything here. I could airbend Stoneforge Mystic, I guess. That seems kind of interesting. Sure, seen that card a few times already. Yep, I think I'm just gonna do that on the Stoneforge Mystic. It might just be the right idea. I can put a trigger of the Stoneforge on the stack as well, I believe. If I don't potato it. So, activate, right? A2, cast this, like that. And then wonder why my opponent, oh, it doesn't matter, because I can't tutor anything. It doesn't matter, I can't tutor anything. Alright, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter. I didn't throw, it just didn't matter. Let's recast it. It is not a human. Such luxuries are not a part of my lexicon. Let's grab that thing. I can cast and equip it. I mean, I have to do something, so I'm just gonna try to do that thing. Again, I don't know why they shocked themselves, but we're about to find out in a second here. No, guess not. All of that just worked. So why did we shock ourselves? Finale. Alright, well that would have killed me. Let's play our commander now? I already played a land though. I can kill their commander, that doesn't really do anything. No, we're just gonna pass. Oh, they shocked to activate their commander. Okay, I thought it was a sorcery. I thought the bottom part was a sorcery. No, that makes sense. There's just nothing I can do to save my equipment when they have infinite that thing going on. Opponent is a fan of something. Yep. It's not great. I guess I'll just shift enter. I'm never casting consider ever. This just feels like a complete pipe dream to ever beat a blue-green deck. Especially one that refuses to whiff. Oh, give her runes just in time. That works on my opponent's turn, so I can do that here. And then, like... But my opponent's going to trigger it anyways. I think I have to kill their commander, which, mind you, doesn't even do anything, but... Oh, there's just a counterspell? Another free counterspell? Is that what this is? I don't know what this is. I feel like it would be obvious, but I just don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. That is Aang of my opponents. That's just their Aang. Okay. Yep. So, I'm over it. At no point was I in this game. I need it to, like... honestly, if I had a Frogify effect, I think I'm just really good there, because we saw what they were going to draw, which is a bunch of do-nothing mana dorks. So, if I actually interacted with their commander with a Frogify, we might have just been totally fine. Or another board wipe would have been fine there too. I probably could have looked at one or two more cards throughout the course of that game, to be fair. Do I turn one Skrelv? I think I do. I think I'm interested in that. How does this work? I gotta read this. I hate this one. Alright, yeah. That one works. I just can't play it turn 2. Stoneforge. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Look at that beautiful curve. Look at that. Look at us go. Blue, red. Get in there 10 times with Skrelv. So I can play my commander. I'm still swinging with Skrelv. I'm just gonna swing with Skrelv here. I'm gonna play my commander when they go to crack the Mishra's Bauble. They didn't do that. Repurposing Bay. Yep. I will do this. This is just better than my commander, so I'm gonna do that. Let's put this here. Swing. Still swinging with Skrelv. It's a mono blue deck. I don't know what I'm dodging. Frogifies, I guess. I was not really concerned with those. And then pass. Still doesn't crack the bauble. Interesting. Moon Snare, go for it. Do we think there's a counterspell? I wonder if there is a counterspell. Curiosity can't be put on the same card that the equipment is on. I can cast my commander now because there's nothing else in my hand, and I draw one extra card, so I should do that. Okay. Yep, nothing else to do. It's not like I'm losing my board. Let's put in a 1-mana 1/1 with not much text. Okay. It's not too spooky. Repurposing bay for 9? Is that 9 exactly? Yep. Let's get rid of you. They probably have an equipment, so I guess I get rid of these 3. They probably have an equipment, I don't know. I can bounce the portal. 4, 5, 6. They can't recast it. So I can bounce it. Human. And then just bounce it. It's not like they can recast it, so. And then pass. I don't know why I put a stop there. Too easy. Too easy. My opponent was not dead, but they conceded anyways. Right? Am I tripping? They only go to 1 here. They were not dead. I'd have to mind control the token because it's colorless and I can't get through. Oh, I guess I could planar whatever, but yeah, though that would leave. If Urza resolved, I'm probably screwed because they just have Omniscience immediately. Well, I beat the 1 ring, repurposing Bay off of the commander in a portal with a creature strategy. So that's pretty cool. And we drew a card off our commander, look at that. We had the entire Triforce all in 1 game. Nice and bundled up. That was probably the cleanest game. That was probably the first game I felt like I had a chance starting turn 0. So that's ideal. Certainly ideal, I say. This is good, but I can't cast it in Katara because they won't let you. This doesn't do anything. This might do something? Smothering Tithe would be phenomenal, but again, rather difficult to get that in play against Katara. Exceedingly difficult to get that in play against Katara, if not outright impossible. And it goes ahead and fetches instantly. Look at that. Maybe they just want to see if I had Stifle, and then they would have just conceded. Land? Alright, well, that's got text on it. Baral, Well. You can kind of play at that game. Do we expect them to trade? Don't know why that was so difficult. Let's play this thing. Just absolute perfection, as is tradition. Okay. Don't know how long that's going to last or have it matter. I mean, nothing's forcing you to craft Kisara. You don't have to craft Kisara. Teferi, creatures you own that aren't in the battlefield. Opponents can't cast spells, cast a sorcery, so I cast this now. This is a weird pile of cards from a Katara deck, but nothing matters because you can just do whatever you want when you have Katara in the command zone. Yep, typical. Alright, well, I need to draw land, and I need to have it matter. And our last card is a counterspell, because of course it is. Not sure if Smothering Tithe matters. Each opponent can't cast spells, only a sorcery, creates a sort of... Ugh. I guess I'm playing this? And then not swinging? I don't think I can swing, so... I would probably draw my card before I see, before I cast Opt here. I would not give up the sky like that if I were the opponent. I prefer to have that, so that's a bit surprising. Let's get rid of arbitrary stuff. I don't need more stats on the Lion Sash because there's too many bounce spells. That is okay. I can name human. Still in just a world of problems. I could play this? I don't know. I don't think anything even... I'll just play this. I don't know. Is this even a problem? Do they even care about this? I guess I'll take it if they care about it. Apparently it's a problem, alright. Well, you know what that means. Nope, can't swing. Do we have another bounce spell? Already had like 15. They have so many looks at it that they probably have one. I have no answer to Teferi. I can't cast this counterspell. My whole hand has flash and it's just shut down by a card I've never seen anyone play. I suppose I'm gonna Vendilion click myself. Okay. I'm just, yeah. I mean, I can't use this, so. That was a good draw, but it is me losing my board state. And they can just recast Katara once more. So. Well, this is why I don't play ranked, because it would just be this when I'm playing new stuff. Could block with multiple creatures, but there are some combat tricks that may not be appealing. I'm still just losing tremendously from Katara being cast over and over. No, I'm just gonna block with one creature. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I could recast my commander, but that's like my whole turn. Well, if I have that in my hand, yeah, all right, we'll block with this because I specifically have that, so I think this is fine. Dare I say I'm able to attack now. It's kind of weird. I can't resolve any equipment with Cloud. It's not Stoneforge Mystic, so... I'm still going to grab it, though. And we can fly for 3, not feel like we're losing, I guess. And then just cast Wang Shitong for 2. Feel moderately compelled to just not cast the board wipe. I've lasted pretty long, but my opponent just has a 2-mana draw 4 every turn. Well, not 2-mana draw 4, but they can just draw 4 at every turn, and I can't do anything. Did I play a land this turn? I don't remember. I didn't. Is there a Mystical Tutor card to get right now? Do I have the Surveil option? No. I don't know what to Mystical Tutor for. I actually have no idea, so I don't think there's any good, compelling thing to Mystical Tutor for, so I just won't. Oh, there it is. You got it. That will do it. Alright. Goofy, expensive jank nonsense in the Katara for some reason. I don't understand half these cards, but if you're playing Katara, I guess you can just get away with playing things that don't ever make sense. Like, you can just play this, like, it doesn't matter. But, yeah, that's alright. You just can't do anything. This Teferi just made it so I couldn't play the game. The Supreme Verdicts wouldn't have done anything, so suppose I'm glad I didn't cast it. Alright, well, the game lasted a long time, but you could make the argument I was never really in it. You wonder why I don't play ranked. With goofy, not good commanders. I don't know why it pit me against Katara in the first place. Hadn't even really mentally registered that. That also doesn't make sense. Smothering Tithe also actually wouldn't have done anything had I had it in play the whole time. It would have been another thing that didn't really get to do anything. But they did counter it, but they would just counter like anything I would ever do. So I don't know how much that matters really. Oh, yeah, 1-drop Nightmare. Let's get, what if I grab... No, I should definitely grab this. I should 100% just grab this. And not try to get all adorable or whatnot. That is a black creature that unfortunately mills, so this turn is casting a 3-mana 3/2 that probably doesn't do anything, and then hopefully untapping with it. Okay, I will untap with it. I can channel and just kill Barrogoyf. I don't know if that's better than... It might just be the only time I get to kill Barrogoyf. So I might just have to do this. But then this is the only way I ever get my commander in play with a sword on it. Yeah, there's no way I get my commander in play with a sword on it in a future turn, so... I cannot take the time to do that. Let's do this. Let's cast this. Like, this is my best chance to get the sword to do something. I can draw again on my opponent's turn. I can steal Barrogoyf now. That's actually extremely significant. I can steal their commander too. No, I'll steal Barrogoyf. That's just way too good. And then pass. Barrogoyf is just way too good. Or a Boroid. Well, I don't have anything to do against that. Again, stacking this doesn't matter because T'Challa just draws it all. Well, guess that's that. Don't think I'm beating that card. Even if I have a really large Barragoyf, don't think it matters. Black and green, so I can do this for free. I guess put it on the Barragoyf, but I think I'm just dead if I swing. But I mean, I gotta make the effort of doing something. But I think I'm just dead here. It's not a one-turn attack or anything like that, so I'm not killing my opponent in one swing, I mean. Does that do anything? Nope. Does that do anything? Nope. That player draws a card. I can't enchant my opponent's creature. I can leave up 2 counter spells and still die? Block that. Yup. Alright. I'm not sure what my else were. Just dealing with Ouroboros, which there's a lot of removal in my deck if I did find it. I drew a lot of cards, so it was possible. Did I mill one? I did mill one. I actually milled. No, this doesn't count. That wouldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, the other option here was like control magic, and that would take something that doesn't matter, because I wouldn't have had it by the time this happened. I had counter spells too. What went wrong here? Just tapping out. I mean, I didn't kill the Barragoyf, but I mean, I stole the Barragoyf, so yeah, they just didn't line up to have an answer to Ouroboros. Just didn't line up, I guess. I don't know. If I answered it, I think the game is just going on still, but that's the power of it, right? Green just has infinite must-answer threats because if they untap with any of their green cards, you lose. Just couldn't do it. But I think that was actually winnable, unlike the Katara one. I don't know if Smothering Tithe would have done anything that game. Tails in the trigger? Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's a start. Guess I could have stuck it out. It's really not looking good, though. They can just swing twice. Actually, was I just dead? No, I wasn't just dead. I think I was almost totally dead, though. I stifled that. They can literally still swing with everything. Like, they don't actually need the Ouroboros trigger. But I did not play to my outs, that's true. Could have stifled it. There were outs as small as they may appear. I don't really know what this takes. It probably has to take the Frogify, which is wicked funny to me. I think it has to take the Frogify, doesn't it? I don't know if you can take Ledger Shredder. Wow, alright, they do take Ledger Shredder, really. Maybe you take it like exclusively because you're on the play, but I think I'm taking the Frogify. No thing to do this turn. Let's do that. Phyrexian Arena. Oh. Well, that works phenomenally with my commander that's totally in play. I could just sorcery speed my commander. What if I just did? Yeah, what if I did? You know what? Let's not be stupid. I think that's just me being like throwing in the towel levels of not good if I do that. So Inquisition, sure. I believe it takes the counterspell? I don't know what it takes. They left me with the Frogify last time. I'm sure a counterspell is beatable. Yeah, alright. I was about to say, a counterspell is probably just beatable, so... Let's see those 4 removal spells, shall we? The only reason you cast a discard spell this turn is because you want to kill my commander, so... Oh, look, it's a removal spell. Oh, look, it's 2 more removal spells. Wow. Who would have guessed? Let's play that tapped. Pass the turn. Continue to lose to mono removal. That's drawing 2 cards a turn. And my card draw engine is a creature. This is slightly intriguing to me. I'm not sure I would ever do that, but I suppose that if that's all you've got, then that's all you've got. So I'm going to cast my commander now, and then if they kill it before the Phyrexian Arena does its thing, that's just them not casting their commander, I guess. I can cast it again, so. Well. This is a Hymn to Turok, right? Yeah. I can kill their commander and then... So name... Wait a minute, let's do... that, this... Untapped... Cast Narset. It's good to have an empty hand against a deck that wants me to lose all my cards. So I'm just not going to activate it. Because if I activate it, they just get rid of the card anyways. It doesn't really matter. Target opponent discards a card. Look at that. Well, lost it anyways. Their commander is protection from white. Suppose that is how it's all supposed to work out in the end. There is no card in my hand. They just decided to do that. That's interesting. Let's do this. Enlightened Tutor is also interesting with protection from black. And it puts the card away in a spot where my opponent can't make me lose it. I think I'm still going to take the counter spell though. I think on average that's just better here, so... It was an interesting use of Reanimate, but a 3-1, you know, it's something. Suppose the Narset is just that much of a problem, which is funny, because I think the Narset is probably just better than my commander. Cast this on literally any card ever. My opponent has Crawler in their deck. My opponent has Crawler, not me. My opponent has that card. Alright. That is... Yep. My opponent has that card. Holy. That's a... Well, it's going to be gone because of the the Turok. Oh, maybe now it won't be gone because of the Turok. But most likely gone. So I don't have protection from black or anything like that. Nope, you can pretty reasonably swing, opponent. Oh look, the best card against my opponent's Scrawler. Oh. Good you go. So I can get the black equipment, cast it, and also swing with it, and then probably lose. Do that. Draw the command tower. Wait, maybe I don't lose? Oh, wait, no, I do lose. If they couldn't block, I win, I guess, because I could like hit them and then shock the 3-2 and then have sink into stupor and like bounce I guess their commander? Or maybe the spellbinder? Go to 1, have no cards in hand. They go to 7 -1. I might have actually won this game if it wasn't for the 3-2 blocking there. It was a lot closer than I thought. I thought I swung thinking I was screwed. I'm like, oh wait, I can hit him, and then I realized I couldn't hit him because they have a colors card. Whatever. All right. Well, it's an abysmal bad matchup to begin with. It's like the opposite of what I want to do, which is draw cards. They want me to lose all the cards, and they have protection from me, whereas I have to like spend thousands of years getting protection from them, and their deck is better than mine. So that is the first time I've ever seen Trawler in my life, and lo and behold, it's when I'm playing a deck that wants to draw a ton of cards. Typical. Typical. I think that's the first time I've ever seen it. If not, I don't remember. Certainly feels that way. Alright, Smothering Tithe has not done a single thing in any game. Actually, neither has Esper Sentinel. I don't think I've drawn a single card off of Esper Sentinel yet. This might be the first game where I do. I'm pretty sure I haven't drawn off it yet. I can't think if I've drawn off it. I don't think I have. Maybe I haven't, I don't remember. Give her runes. Sure. Not really the best matchup for that. Actually, every card except like these two so far are cards I don't like. Alright, we'll draw. And I will Farseek that. Force Spike. Farseek. Same initials. Yep, look at that. The green player automatically loses when you counter their first ramp spell. Definitely tracks. Alright. Well, I'm glad our commander did something at least. We drew a card off of Esper Sentinel, and it totally didn't matter. Okay, so I'm not running those anymore. I'm not running Smothering Tithe either. Every time I play cards like this, after not playing them for a while, I'll have like a wall of time where people don't recommend them anymore, and then a month later people will recommend them again like I never played them. I'm gonna take out Giver and Mother of Runes and Skrelv and play better cards. No, I think it favors the discard deck. It 100% favors the discard deck, not the card draw deck, because their cards would otherwise be kind of completely dead because you have an empty hand. But if they can attack your hand with duress effects and take your best cards and leave you with like junk, it just favors them. Their cards go from totally offline to online, and your cards go from I'm just now barely being able to draw them, maybe I can cast them. So I would absolutely unequivocally favor the discard deck. It was the same when I played Standard as blue-white control with Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. The black decks with their sideboards of like Duress walls and Thoughtseize walls, or whatever the other Thoughtseize was at the time. The Thoughtseize wasn't in the game, or Standard legal. It's just like the Duress was the best card they played on, and it was the first turn they played on the first turn. It's just gonna favor them as it goes. If they suffer with you having too many cards in their hand, then something on their end just didn't go right, even if you're drawing 2 cards a turn. Like, you can easily beat a Phyrexian Arena as a Turok player. Skyclave Apparition's got text on it. Maybe Ephemerate's okay? I don't have a lot of Ephemerate things, though. Not really. Not really. Oh. So you've attributed good to your style of discard decks, and all other ones are invalidated because they're not the kind that you think are good. But I still don't agree. Does Wandering Emperor do anything? I mean, it's a removal spell. It can grow T'Challa. Does it untap T'Challa? Wait, let me read it. It's just a counter, right? No vigilance. Elspeth's gives vigilance. Well, I don't actually. Why am I concerned about vigilance? I don't think vigilance is this. I don't think vigilance is a solution. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. We could just play the One Ring. It technically draws one extra card every time I play it with my commander, right? Because you tap it, you draw, then you draw like another. Yeah, that's fine, right? Burden. And then another arbitrary yeah, I'm sure there's multiple ways of doing it. I would say the same thing about Katara. The one I lost to was like a bad Katara, but it just didn't matter. I think that was like a pretty bad Katara list. Oh, I shouldn't say bad. I should just say it's not the sweaty one that wins with all the good cards. Same logic. Maze Mind's Tome. What's the other Maze Mind's Tome? That car. I don't think I'm going to play the car, actually. Celestius. Oh, yeah, that just triggers sporadically. Well, you see, I'm adding cards that are good with my commander, but it's not going to matter if I can't cast my commander and resolve and have it win and stuff. So I've almost had Commandeer be cool. The equipment has actually worked out enough where I almost want to craft the 1 minute equipment tutor. Steel Shaper's Gift or whatever. It's funny. It's like $30 on paper now. Or it was. Alright, the Wandering Emperor doesn't give vigilance. It's less exciting. There's only so much I can do anyways, right? When the goal is to get my commander in play, and I haven't been able to do that, I don't think it matters that much what I do with the deck. Oh, excuse me, what I do with the deck. Only flash creatures? Yeah, I guess. We could just play Aang with a worse commander. I guess. I don't know. That's what we want to do. Just kind of trying to play cards that cared more about my commander, but it's obviously not a thing. I just don't want to play a blue-white flash deck. I don't want to do that right now. I didn't sign up for that. But maybe I did sign up for it. It was just in between, I didn't read between the lines. Stealthy Voidwalker. Okay. Wait a minute. What? Oh, that's opponents. That's opponents. Ah. Duress. Let's go ahead and let that exist. Let's do that. I don't know the last time I've seen a Duress. That's a little crazy to me. This blows up nothing, actually. Yeah. Blows up nothing. I almost want to cast a Mystical Tutor, but then my opponent gets one with the Voidwalker, and that's probably not a good idea, so. I would take the Celestias here. But maybe anything. No, no. You take the Tails End because the Voidwalker cast Tails End, right? Yeah, that's how that works. Well, I guess you could take any... Wait a minute, does this just work how I think it works? I'm gonna just lose? Why didn't they take the Elspeth and win the game on turn 2? Unless I'm not understanding something. I feel like I should have just lost this game turn 2, turn 3. and didn't. That is how it works, right? Like, you could just cast Elspeth and this game would be done. They could have cast it and I didn't even have Tails end up. Like, I couldn't do anything. Alright, well, I mean, we made it this far. Opponent doesn't know how it works, I guess. Ah, great. Well, need to draw a card. I drew a land, look at that. Lucky us. They have Dismember, arbitrary thing, alright. They can cast whatever they like, but they continuously seem uninterested in doing so. I don't care about Dismember. Yeah? What does this do? Okay. Makes 1/1, draws, sure. Yeah, this game would have been over if they did that. They just didn't do it. They literally had the combo. Like, the Voidwalker discard spell and just, like, decided it wasn't worth it. Maybe my opponent just wants to play the game and they didn't want to just win on turn 0. Maybe they just want to play the game for real. So this doesn't draw a card. My commander just gets dismembered and then dismembered again. So that's gone. I can cast this thing. Does that matter? I don't feel like it, but whatever. Doesn't feel like it matters. But maybe it does. I can take out the Dismember. And then swing for 2. Read this random thing. My opponent gets back a 7/7 that goes back to their hand. Yeah, I can't mind control it. I think I'm just going to concede here. Yeah, we're going to concede. I can't stop this, and I can't just leave up my counterspell. I just missed lands too much. What did they duress? They duressed the Mystical Tutor. Huh. Well, I guess contextually that wouldn't have done anything, but to be fair, they also just missed a turn 2 win, so... I don't think the Mystical Tutor would have saved me had they not duressed it. I don't believe so, at least. Probably not. I don't want to play bang, flash flying stuff. I don't want to play that. Just like Aang with a worse commander when I do that. What are the rares? Felia doesn't do that much, I don't think. Snapcaster Mage? I don't want to play these cards, man. Ugh. Boring. Solitude might have more text on it. Do people play Mind Sensor? They probably don't. Archivist? Search their library, draw... No. Well, I mean, I'm playing Wang Shi Tong, so... If you're playing Wang Shi Tong, why wouldn't you play this one? Sea Dasher Octopus? Are the dreams real? Are we just making them up as we go? Spell Queller? The 4-mana bounce things that are funny. Close my eyes and take out random cards because I don't feel like thinking. I can take out these two. Whatever you feel towards the Archivist is how you should feel towards Wang Shi Tong, because they're kind of just the same thing. Unless you have 600... Oh, unless you're green, and then you can just play Wang Shi Tong for 665 or something. The new Merfolk Commander? Nope, I haven't done it. Is it better than the Phyrexian Arena one? I'd be rather surprised. I can probably take out some of these cantrips. They're really only exceptional when I have my commander in play. But when that is the thing, they are good. And let's see, that's just that problem. I can't seem to cast my commander. The games are ending with my opponent with 5 removal spells in her hand, and this doesn't do anything. Yeah, we can take out, I guess, Preordain and make room for other things. What's it? It's like Merlin? The character, the movie that character was in was like a weird character. I didn't name Namor. Yeah. Weird character. Like it flies. Like he flies, but he's got like ankle wings. That was a weird movie, man. Power equals with 1 or more blue mana symbols in its mana cost, which is almost every merfolk ever printed except the white ones in the new set, Lorwyn, and some of the green ones, and I think Ixalan had green ones, I think. Apart from that, I think they're mostly all just blue. Oh, this is non-creature spells. I thought it was just when you cast merfolk. Cast non-creature spells and get a merfolk. Oh, I mean, if it's your commander, you can only play the blue cards. Yeah, what am I talking about? Hey, look, it's a 5-mana Rafine. That doesn't have black or white. That's cool. Cast a merfolk. Make a 1/1 merfolk. And then whenever this attacks someone with more life than you, other creatures you control get... Wait, what? That's weird. Yeah, I mean, that seems interesting. It does seem like you're... Like, instead of drawing cards, you're just making 1/1s. And I don't know if that's better. But you have like a flying threat, so that might offset it a little. That scales. It just, I don't know, it just kind of feels like Rafine. Or a slightly worse Katara. But I suppose you can actually play some merfolk captain looking thing and maybe have it do something. Sure, there's something there. I haven't seen anyone try. I don't know if I can take that for any value. They can steal my Esper Sentinel, but by the time they do, it could have been very effective. So I'm gonna keep this hand. And I'm gonna play it turn 1. They might have to just straight up kill it before they even bother to try to steal it. So that might be cool. Well, this is why you always wait. Because now, if you wanted to keep that, you can't to kill Esper Sentinel. Because it would have killed Esper Sentinel. Now you have to use a different card. Baral. That's not really what I was expecting. But that is a card that has valid text. What does this do? Activate only if a land entered this turn or you control a basic. Otherwise it taps for poop. Alright, so we play this and then we pass. Ral. Sure. Yep, there's no doing anything about that. I don't know what I'm up against, but it doesn't look like it cares about Dack Fayden. Wait, why did I cast this? I don't even know why I cast this. The graveyard? Does the graveyard matter? I don't know. I don't know. 1/3, so no Curious Obsession. I don't know if I should have cast this. Oh boy. Alright, well, I mean, now that I'm here, I have to do something. Let's play this on that one. Because if I don't play it on that one, then that'll spaghetti-o. Alright, I did my community service. I dealt with Brawl. Heuristic Study. Alright, we're playing this slow grindy game. Interesting. Well, I didn't draw anything off of Esper Sentinel, so that does mean that I will be... I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised to see them cast it again, actually. Kind of surprised to see them just straight up cast it again. Maybe I shouldn't be? I don't know. Wait a minute. They could have played both those cards last turn and they didn't. What? Why didn't they... What? Okay. Hand. Uh-huh. Well, that was all odd. It was all incredibly odd, actually. So now what? Just pass again? I didn't draw a land. My opponent's in top deck mode. I mean, that's got to count for something, right? That doesn't cut the cake. So let's play Ledger Shredder. It's just not looking good. I guess I'm casting this and anyone? Well, I can keep poking Dak Faden. They can steal Esper Sentinel, but fortunately I can just kind of ignore it. I don't have to play non-creatures. They are actually interested in stealing it. I don't draw anything. Damage to an opponent, of course. What if I just stole the Ral? No. Yes? No. I gotta, like, play a card here, and this is the only time I can play this, so I guess I'll play it right now. Because if I don't play it now, then I just, like, never play it, so... I've gone a lot of time without drawing a land. Whole bunch of time. A nice thick handful of time there. Let's go ahead and play my commander at sorcery speed. So I can actually have it resolve. Swing here. Draw 2 cards. Okay, that's stuff. Liquid metal coating? Cool. I can... wait. Pay 2. Maybe sort of do something. That. This. Of course not. Okay, King T'Challa, you got it. You got it, buddy. Why not? Just draw more for my opponent than me. Yep, that tracks. Must be nice. Sure glad we added all these flashcards. If I wasn't stuck on 3 lands for the entire game, maybe we could have done something. This deck just sucks. This deck sucks. I think I'll play like 1 or 2 more games. This is just dumb. This is just dumb. I don't really have anything to say about it. It's a bad commander. Oh hey, it's the dude. Look at that. You're just talking about him. There he is. Look at that. I feel like it's just going to be Katara, but instead of drawing, it just makes 1/1s. I don't really block it very well. Vendilion Click. I mean, I like this hand. It needs a land, though. Well, I have a lot of opportunities to find it. Would be amazing to be on the play in this matchup. I did find the land. That probably will upset my opponent if it works, so I'll keep it. I'd be surprised if they don't Wayfarers. They do not Wayfarers Bauble. They cast a sorcery speed flashing card. Alright. Interesting. Let's go ahead and play this tapped. Yes, sir. What is going on here? Conjure a card named Stormcrow onto the battlefield. Okay. Let's name human. And then pass and cast said human. At some point on my opponent's turn. I've never seen this played. Stormcrows are just 1/2s. Alright. That's interesting. Sapphire Medallion. Okay. Are we going to make 2 1/2s? Is this a sorcery? It is a sorcery. Okay. Sure. Might as well. I don't know. Yep, they figured it out. And it also appears to have a free counter spell. That is fine? Yeah, that's fine. These are permanents. Can I just like not have this happen again? Whenever this attacks, it becomes repaired. Alright, I'm gonna not... Well, I'm gonna try to do something. And then... just pass again? No, we can cast Vendilion Click now. We should cast this now. And get rid of... I don't know if Narset matters, but I think we, of all the cards, would probably get rid of this. Oh, it was Flare. It was literally the card I said it would be, which is probably Flare. They didn't sack their... Oh, no, this isn't blue. It's not blue. You can't sack it. Okay. Feel somewhat functional. Alright, my opponent doesn't have lands either, so we can play that game maybe for a bit. Combat research. That does give me what I would like to have. I can at least use it to do something. Maybe I'm best off not doing that because my opponent still has something castable. So I should probably just do this. If I bounce the Stormcrow, it goes to their hand. It is a real card. Opponent is the first one to find a land. Opponent uses it on this non-creature spell. Okay. Vendilion Hexcatcher. Non-creature spell. Okay. Yup. I can bounce the King T'Challa to my hand, which is probably the most reasonable thing to do. Okay. I can play Combat Research and then make the Throne Guard a problem. Oh, they can sack their stuff to it, so this is the... I mean, that is the best it's going to do then. Yeah, they just sack stuff to it. Alright, there's nothing I can do about that. This comes back as a non-creature spells you control can't be countered. And if it dies again, you go straight to the graveyard. Alright, so swing. And leave up T'Challa? I wonder if I should have opened the armory and then I could have, like, Supreme Verdict if they were to do anything else? Okay. Okay. That just worked. Interesting. Let's go ahead and cast this here. Oh, I should have tapped the Cavernous Souls. There's no, like, super problematic thing I could take, so they're fine letting this resolve, I think. Let's, I mean, I'm going for broke here. I mean, I'm not going to do that. Oh, they didn't swing, so I guess I shouldn't swing them. Okay, and then... Yep, we're going to take our sweet time. That's what we're going to do, yes sir. I can't do anything about that. Non-creature spells are uncounterable, but creatures are still counterable for what it's worth. And I think I should probably Supreme Verdict this board. Probably. I could flip my commander and make it really ugly to block. Oh shoot, I missed my opportunity. Whoops. Alright, well now I'm sleeping the board. I thought I could do it at an instant speed. Nope. Okay, they just took it. No sweepies. No sweepies. Narset. Convoke, draw 2 cards. They... sure. Yeah, that... Okay. Okay. Draw again. Thank you. Let's just do that again, then. That worked out, like, insanely well. And now they sacked their Hexcatcher. That worked out, like too well, I feel. Did they even net cards there? Because I feel like I drew more than they did. That was weird. Coastal Party. Whenever a creature you control deals combat to an opponent. Block that thing? Nope. Coastal Piracy, excuse me. So... have to sweep the board now if I aim to continue this game in some productive sense. Missed my opportunity to draw with Archivist. Yep. I have 2 mind controls? They have to counter this, right? No, wait. I only have 1. Well, I'm going to cast it, so... Okay, let's pass. Cyclonic Rift? Mongji Tong for however much that is. Okay, well, I said it was like Katara but worse, but my opponent has the Wahaha no in both kind of cards in play. Esper Sentinel? Probably that thing. Okay. That is hexproof from activating triggered abilities. Of course it does. Alright, whatever. If I put that... it doesn't matter. So, sword? What the heck is that? It's a legendary clone thing. Well, I mean, it's down to a counterspell, and my opponent drew 400 cards, so looking good. Master of the Pearl Trident. Wouldn't that have killed me? Huh. Alright, well. Didn't find a land, which I really want it. Alright, well, there you go. It's down to the One Ring. Looks like they have it. Of course they do. Look at that. Boy, oh boy. 1 mana off if I could have paid for it. They probably have a different counterspell anyways, but like, if I could have got it in play, maybe it would have won. It seems insanely unlikely they probably have another counterspell in there. I'm gonna say they probably do. But I couldn't pay 3 to put this in play. I was trying to find a land, and I didn't, because I just can't pay 3 life. I'll just die. Alright, well, super close. I think there was probably a way to win this, but I don't know. Like, if I unable to screens my own Drake, and then, like, bounce Wang Shi Tong with the Aang, and then had the steel flip thing, it's not. This deck just sucks. I'm sorry, my deck is just bad. It's just bad. That's alright. Not every deck is good. Did my best. I like that game though. I'm glad I played it out. It was better than the Katara game, that's for sure. Alright, I'm done. I'm over this. I can't even beat the not good Katara. Can't even beat the goofy mono blue wall thing. People are gonna say it's good because they saw it do a bunch of things, but they have to keep in mind it was playing against this abomination, so that doesn't mean anything. If you want to play whatever Namor is doing in ranked, you just play Katara. Anyways, this is bad. I mean, I pivoted into like a blue-white flash thing. I didn't even really want to play that kind of deck today, but whatever I was doing before that wasn't good, and maybe it got a little bit better, but I don't know. If you want to play a blue-white flash commander, just play Aang or one of the other, I think there's like 4 options here, but Aang has been, or the one time I played it, was kind of okay. It was alright. I liked what my opponent was just doing. That Namor thing looks cool. You know, not everything has to be Katara. You know, not everything is immediately outshining what has established itself as the best thing to do. It's just when you lose against something like that, and you never really feel like you had much of a... it just seems like every time the game was coming to some weird back and forth, which a lot of games don't necessarily even have that kind of back and forth because they're over before they start it. Like, I had a really long game against Katara, but it was effectively done turn 0. Like, I almost have no chance, even though the game isn't immediately over. My opponent will eventually do something that I can't, and that thing they do is better than what I'm doing. So, when King T'Challa's in play, your deck looks cool because you're drawing a bunch of cards. If you ever lose your commander, then you don't really draw that much at all. And you also, like, some of your cards, whenever you have a commander that cares way too much about the cards in the deck, you just look like you're playing a draft when your commander isn't in play, right? So the benefits of another actual blue-white flash commander is you have support with the creatures and stuff in your deck, helping your commander in some kind of way that might matter. King T'Challa isn't necessarily a lightning rod, but it's so easy to deal with it, and also somewhat easy to just kind of ignore it. You do kind of want to deal with it, to be fair, but there's plenty of times where it's just sitting there. My opponent kind of could just not care. But if it's the only thing in play, you might as well kill it. I've had 5 games in a row where I just lost when they had a wad of removal in their hand, and what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't really cast my commander into that. I mean, I can, but eventually I won't be able to. 36, 37, 38, 39. So yeah, I had enough lands. There were a few games where I felt like I got really mana screwed, and there's actually more lands in this than the past 5 decks I've played, or at least the past 3 decks I've played. I have more lands in this than those, and I was getting a little screwed there. Kind of unfortunate. I haphazardly added the equipment package, and it felt immediately like the best thing I was ever going to do. Just because the commander is just so weak. It's just not good. That's it. It's not good. The best you're gonna do is maybe go all in on whatever Teferi Hero of Dominaria wants to do, or probably all in on whatever Aang wants to do, or that other blue-white one that I can't remember the name of wants to do, and whatever is in the middle. Like, all the cards that I wanted to play to highlight my commander's text box were immediately the worst cards in the deck. Now, sometimes that's okay. Showcasing a card and things inside your deck not being the best, but you have this commander, you want to do the funny thing with it. Like, that's fine. But here, in this instance, exceptionally bad. Because stuff like Howling Mine, when you both draw, it offsets you drawing an extra one. It's you drawing a card versus you drawing 2 and your opponent drawing 1 is different. It's not; those are not the same. The card count is the same, like in terms of being ahead, like, oh, you're getting more than they are. And then you draw on both sides. It's like you draw 2 on your own turn from King T'Challa, and then 2 on your opponent's turn from King T'Challa with the Howling Mine. Or, excuse me, you draw 1 on their turn and draw 2 on your turn. Let me wait. I'm trying to head map this. Yeah, that's how Howling Mine works. Howling Mine with King T'Challa is just 1 extra card anytime someone would draw. So you draw 1 on their turn, and oh no, you draw 3 on your turn. I'm not adding the card draw for the turn. You draw a card for the turn. Yeah, and then the Howling Mine draws, and then King T'Challa draws. So you draw 3, and your opponent draws 2. I was in my head thinking about just the Howling Mine draws, not the draw for turn. It maths out the same. When you're drawing, and your opponent's drawing, you're not really offsetting that, right? Your opponent can draw Lightning Bolt, and you just have to now, like, are you going to counter a Lightning Bolt on King T'Challa? What else are they going to do in the turn? You're just going to let it die? Like, it's dead. Now you both have a Howling Mine, and yours it's just neutral. But your deck is probably going to be worse than your opponent's. So now you're both drawing 2 cards a turn. Like, you're not really Group hug style things. This is real. I mean, it's not really the format for that kind of strategy, but in that style, in that way, it is exceptionally bad, especially with when you're doing it with such a weak commander. I don't think I did. No, I never did the backside of this, which honestly, because the front side was such a complete wash, I would probably, if I go to play this again, just hyper fixate on the other side of it, and then draw go something, maybe blue white flash creatures with this as the top end style thing as 6 mana instead of like worrying about the card draw thing. Because while you might be drawing cards, the cards you draw might just get in the way of good cards. Like you draw 5, but only 2 of them are like really ideal because you spent so much time putting cards in your deck that are there to actually start the card draw engine, right? It's like divination. You put a bunch of divinations in your deck and you're excited that you just cast one and drew an extra card for the turn because divination has to replace itself. You didn't really draw 2, you only drew 1 extra. But then the one extra card you drew was another divination. It's like, well, yeah, I have all these card draw spells to enable this thing, but now that I'm drawing all these cards, half of them are just other card draw spells. This isn't the same as Teferi, where Teferi just draws a card, you pass a turn. I mean, I'm not really explaining anything about Teferi. This ain't it. I would say if I had to put more time in it, it would be a little bit better, like just deck list wise. I was kind of pivoting around a little, but just functionally, the cards that might make this deck appealing to play the commander are just the really bad ones. Symmetrical effects. You're not getting more than your opponent to outpace that value. Like you're giving your opponent something that is still just too good to give an opponent. It's too good. You can't Howling Mine people. It's not. You just can't do that. Not like this. Not like that. I've seen Howling Mine, I think, twice from opponents. Both times it didn't do anything except accelerate my opponent's loss. So just not really a great thing there. Symmetrical effects kind of want more than 2 players in a game, but that's fine. This is what it is. They don't have to be good, but here they just didn't feel good. The rest of the deck, like the counter spells and whatnot, it when you flash this in and your opponent just like decides to not do anything, and it's like, oh, you flashed it in, now I'll just kill it. It's like, well, that doesn't feel good. That's not very nice. I took out the evasive unblockable cards because I was never untapping with my commander, even though it had flash. If that's ever a testament to how bad this is. Again, at least the front side. The back side looks cool. It's unkillable in combat, but it doesn't have any evasion, so you run Lightning Greaves, I guess. I don't know. The Giver Mother of Runes I took out because like I could never get my commander in play, and they didn't ever help because your opponent could just kill those. Right now, Mother of Runes is exceptionally egregious because you can like play it and then it saves itself, so that one is actually kind of good, but maybe I could have kept that one in at least, but the other 2 just don't do anything. And then you know what happens when you untap with them. Your opponent just now is going to cast Toxic Deluge, and you have to counter a sweeper, and then you're back to square one unless there's some draw-go thing. I just never felt like I was winning when I was doing a draw-go thing, and I was drawing more than them. And in Standard, at one point I had said, the only thing that actually matters is a Phyrexian Arena, and whoever has it kind of just wins, and they win rather quickly in Standard. I don't know if that was really the case. That's the case right now, but at one point in Standard, that absolutely was the case in Standard Brawl. That's not been the case in this format for a long time, and that's kind of what I was trying to do, and that thing just isn't a thing. Having a Phyrexian Arena and saying draw go is not really how you win games in this format. I lost to a Turok player who kind of did that against me, whichever I needed an example as to why this doesn't work. It's against a deck that actually played Phyrexian Arena in the face of King T'Challa, because Phyrexian Arena is just good enough to totally offset King T'Challa, right? You're also going to draw a ton of removal and discards specifically in Turok. So, yeah, even the games I won, I think one or two. How many games did I win? Did I win more than, I don't know how many I won. One? I won 3. Okay, I remember one of them. I don't even remember the other 2. I actually don't even remember my wins. I never felt like I was in a winning position. So I can't recall any wins right off the top of my head. Not a good sign. Maybe it was all the tequila for July 4th, but yeah, this just isn't it. It's not it. I kind of felt like it wasn't going to be good going in. I didn't want to play something crazy today because I was not feeling the best. Party too hard, I guess, but thought I'd just wing it with some random thing that I didn't have a lot of faith in, and my estimation was fairly accurate. This is not great. Maybe, yeah. That I've already said it. I'm going to start talking in circles, so I'll say it one more time and be done. You're probably going to play Teferi style blue-white control, or you're probably going to play blue-white high flyer tempo thing that I personally don't really like playing, and there's like 10 different commanders that function as that commander, like Aang and the others that I don't know. I think they're all like 3 mana too, which is funny. So you just do one of those. Go all in on one of those directions. Don't go down like the middle that I kind of was doing here. And definitely don't play the Howling Mind effects. Lauren may be an exception. Wedding Ring if you're feeling fancy, but I wasn't feeling fancy. Also, Steel Shaper's Gift is in the game. I'll end on that. It's a mythic, but I really want this card. I mean, it's just the other tutor, because we have the 2 mana one. Where is it? Open the Armory. We have this one, so this is just the other one, but it's a mythic, because of course it is. Maybe it'll change to a popper card. No, I think it's actually an uncommon. I think it's an uncommon. Yeah. That's the issue with 8 sets a year. So much redundancy. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of redundancy. That's true. Like the Crucible of Worlds effects, where we're the only one. Oh, great. See, now I'm going on a tangent. I said I was going to be done. Look what you did. Look what you did. This is entirely your fault. This was like the only way to do it. And then in the past 2 years, we got like 500 cards that do this thing now. And now it isn't like a special thing that you sometimes have access to, and it makes a notable game when you're playing EDH or something. Now it's like, oh, every single game, my Azusa deck can just actually have a graveyard-based thing go into it because there's 10 copies of Crucible of Worlds now. So, like, it just kind of homogenizes. It's turning a 100-card singleton format into a 50-card singleton format because there's so many functional reprints. It's like cards are less and less unique. Less and less unique. And you suffer with half of them being Fortnite slop too. So you got like half of them have pizza in New York subways on them. Unless you get a proxy, I guess. Some of them you could probably just play 2 copies of the same one and have it be like totally fine in an EDH deck. Like, I don't want to play with a Ninja Turtle one. I just want a second copy of the other one. They're exactly the same. It's like, all right, yeah, you know what? That's fair. As long as the mana cost is the same at least. But all right. All right, we're out of here. Let me know what you thought about this. I know the list wasn't perfect. I'm not putting any more energy into this. I advise everyone else do the same. It's also a mythic, so don't craft it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope everyone had a good July 4th. I sure did. All right.